everyone, and welcome to this Video Song Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield, and today we're going to be taking a look at two Toshiba laptop computers. Now, I've recently started helping out autism initiatives whom I actually get support from. And one of the people there actually said that they had two laptops that I could have if I wanted them. So naturally, you know, I really, well, I kind of jumped at the chance, and well, here they are. I had to help this person try and transfer all of our data off of one of them before I could actually take it, though. But yeah, so now I actually own these two machines. So what exactly are they? Well, this white one here on the left is a Toshiba Portage A200. The Portage is the kind of more compact portable end of Toshiba's lineup. And well, for a Portage, this machine seems quite big. Because, I mean, I've seen some really quite small ones. And I'm not talking netbooks here. I'm actually talking, like, really quite thin machines. But, you know, compared to other machines, this is quite a small machine. But for the Portages, I would say it's quite a big one. But it's still a very good looker. And it works. It works absolutely fine. It's got a Pentium M 1.6 gigahertz with Windows. Well, it's got, I think, a gig of RAM. Don't know what kind of hard drive or what have you it has because I didn't have a chance to look at it. So that's the Portage. Now this one is, well, how can I put it? It's massive! It's the biggest laptop. Actually, no, it isn't, actually. I owned a Sony Vaio, which was huge. And, oh my goodness, that weather's kind of coming in a wee bit. But this one is an Equium P200D. Now, normally the Toshiba Equium series, they are, I do believe, the cheaper end of what Toshiba offers. This machine works. It's just, well, unfortunately, it became the subject of some sort of abuse. I think it was treading on or something, or stepped on or what have you. I mean, seriously, the screen. I don't know if you can see it in this light, but the screen is, well, it's not in very good nick. And if I, kind of press on the screen, yeah, that shouldn't have happened. But I have booted the machine up, connected it to an external monitor, and it does kind of seem to work, although it did kind of freeze once during post, which does worry me a bit. But I reckon, I might, when I'm rebuilding it, I could repaste the CPU. But bearing in mind, this machine is a Windows Vista era Equium machine, and probably isn't going to. I'm going to need to put a light on here. And probably wasn't actually designed with longevity in mind. It was literally designed, as an extremely kind of cheap laptop. As a lot of machines were, back in the late 2000s. And I guess even today, But yeah, and now you can see me. Aye, yeah, this is what glossy screens do. I get a fright every time I look in one. But you can actually see now, you know, like my reflection, it's distorting. You know, the way it's distorting means that there's some lumps and bumps in the screen, which there shouldn't be. You know, it should be, oops, completely smooth like this one. So, if we have a look at the lid, we find that it too has become the subject of some abuse. However, I want to rebuild it, so I'm going to save up my pennies and see if I can do just that. Because I think it'll be a fun project, and I'd quite like a Windows Vista time capsule. Okay, what I'm going to do is we're going to have a wee look at these machines, and because I'm kind of having a look at the Equium at the moment, what I'll do is I'll put wee Whitey here out the road. So, I'm not going to power it on just now. I believe the Equium does have a working battery. In fact, yes, it does. This machine has got, well, it's got 6 USB ports in total, but if we actually do a gander round, oh my goodness. Yep. We see a power jack, VGA out, a vent, Ethernet, 2 USB ports, S-Video. We've got an express card slot, and underneath that is a mini FireWire port. If we have a look at here, we've got I think that's a wireless switch, and I think this is for a surround sound system. I'm not sure what all of these are, but I think suffice it to say, what we'll have is line in, microphone in, headphone, and then another set of speakers. Hardware volume knob. Toshiba did actually use hardware volume knobs right into the Windows Vista era. Although the way that this is going, it seems that this is a hardware volume dial that actually is soft. That actually uses software to control it. So this is actually must actuate a digital switch inside the machine. Then you've got an SD card reader. 4 more USB 2 ports, 56k dial-up modem, and then a DVD burner. And then if we have a look on the back, we see absolutely nothing at all. So this was kind of when the machines actually didn't have any parts on the rear. So for an Equium, this is actually not too low end, but you know, Equiums are still the cheaper models, I believe, and yeah, I mean, I wonder what happened to the machine to actually cause its owner to kind of get in a rage with it. Was it failing before this happened, or is it failing because this happened? These are literally all questions, and I probably might do well to actually connect it up to a monitor, mouse, and keyboard and try and install Windows Vista, see what happens. You know, just any version of Windows. So yeah, that is the Equium. That is going to be left for another day. You know, I am going to do something with it. Don't you worry. However, now let's have a look at the Protege. So this machine is plugged in. Now this, like I said, it does work. However, when I came to have a look at it, it had been left on in the base for some time, and the palm rest was just pure piping hot. Seriously, it was, yeah. And And it did worry me, because no laptop should be getting that hard, and if it is, it should be shut down immediately. I had my suspicions that it might be the battery, so I felt underneath, and sure enough, the bottom of the battery, you couldn't actually touch it. It's like you could only touch it for a wee bit. Any longer, you could have burnt yourself. Now, I was told that this machine kept shutting itself down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assume that this machine had I'm going to assume that this machine had some sort of protection circuit in it that would actually shut it down, stop the battery kind of bursting into flame. You know, batteries can be very dangerous if they're malfunctioning. You know, and it's especially Dell machines of the mid-2000s. Sanyo made their batteries, and they were quite well known for catching on fire. Indeed, there's a YouTube video where a battery, there's a Dell laptop at a conference, mid-2000s, I think Latitude, and for no reason at all, it just burst into flame. So, anyway, with that said, I removed the battery from this, so one of the most portable machines I have is mains only. Now, it just kind of just depends on, you know, I have been told that I'm not to sell these. You know, I'm not allowed to sell them, so I guess I get to keep them. So, with that said, I might actually, you know, depending on how well I get on with this machine, I probably might look to buying a battery for this, because it'd be nice to get it going. So, this is very sticky as well. It has met some grape juice at some point. Oh, what's this? Memory stick PC card. Nice. Okay. So if we have a look at the machine, on the left we have a Kensington lock slot, mini FireWire, PCMCIA card slot, one type 2. We have a wireless switch, you can switch it on or off, microphone and headphone, hardware volume control. This one actually is a hardware volume control. It can, you know, it stops at each extreme. Nothing on the front. Here we have a battery release switch, SD card reader, DVD-ROM CDRW combi drive, USB port, DCN, 2 more USB ports, and then you have a wee door which will reveal to you VGA, S-video out, modem and Ethernet. Very nice. And that's it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to power the Equium up, but I'm only going to power it to the BIOS, because I really don't want to be showing this person's data. Yeah. What I'm going to do, I'll just power this on. I don't think that's went that well. No, it hasn't. I'm loading Vista. Now I need to switch it off and then I need to power it back on. Oh, wow! Oh, wow, look at this. A blast from the past right enough. This BIOS has been used since the mid-90s. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Battery save mode, low power, not registered. HDD, power on display, LCD display stretch enabled. Oh my goodness, auto power on. Power button lamp. I wonder what modes we have. Do I have different? Oh wow! You've got different colours. Look. Blue. Ginger. Orange. Green. I like that. That is just very gimmicky. What we don't need. Oh, that's just it's just totally unnecessary. But at the same time, it's like really cool. It's just amazing. Why does this even exist? I can imagine it would get tiresome, so I'm just going to stick it to mode 1. But that is very cool. So let's go see what's page down, see what other things we have. Yeah, the brightness seems to stay very low on this machine, and I can't change it for. I can't seem to change it for toffee. I don't know if the FN key's out for a rep or what have you, but yeah. So I can change the colour of the power LED, but I can't change the brightness. Priorities, guys. I like that as well, how it actually turns kind of pinkish, well, probably white in tri-LED coloured terms. But yeah, so these are the two machines. I will be doing a video about this machine once I have it restored and what have you. But now, I think I will probably do this on video. I think I'm actually going to give this a clean. It needs it badly. Okay, for now I'm just going to use some wet wipes. These are food surface wipes, probably completely inappropriate, but that's what we have. Also, I'm not planning to eat off this machine. I merely just kind of plan to want to, I don't know, let's say, for example, maybe I might want to use it. So, I don't know how clean, how new I can get this to look. I'm guessing some of these marks that you can't obviously see here are wear and tear, but if I try and do that, then you can actually see them. Obviously, you know, these machines, you know, mid-2000s, not made to the best of standards. Not much was in the mid-2000s, I'm afraid to say. And as a result, you know, a lot of stuff is actually starting to look more worn out than it probably should. And you know, has kind of looked that way for quite some time. Okay, well, I'm actually trying to clean out the battery bay, but at the same time, I don't want to get the battery terminals wet. That might cause a couple of entertaining things to happen. Not entirely sure which version of XP this machine originally came with. Also, with the battery missing, the machine is going to be, well, it's not properly balanced, so it's going to be a wee bit wonky. So it's like if I'm using it on the desk, it's going to be like diddle 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 diddle. Which is another reason why I wouldn't mind getting a battery. The lid is kind of starting to look a bit better actually, and I've got rid of that black spot. But again, I think there's some scratches, obviously signs of wear on it. I'm gonna try and get the inside of the machine cleaned. I mean, this is a good looker, you know, it's a good looking machine, and, you know, ought to be kind of put in presentable condition. But not. The screen's actually in good condition, there's no finger marks on it or anything. It's, seems to me to be absolutely fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a towel, I'm going to towel it dry. And just kind of see what like it is now. Unfortunately, Toshiba in the mid-2000s, they did kind of go through a period of extreme derp, if I'm going to be honest. You know, Toshibas were always very good machines, but I think late 90s through to the late 2000s, their machines, well, they weren't the best. You know, and there's a lot of people that just don't like Toshiba. I certainly don't like the budget end, you know, normally, even though I'm planning to rebuild the Equium, you know, I normally, I mean, they've got the Satellite Pros, they're not bad, the Tekras are pretty good, Portages are actually really nice, I like them, and the newer satellites are absolutely brilliant now, you know, I really like them now. Plus, you know, I must admit, I do have a wee bit of a soft spot for the grey ones, the mid-90s grey machines like the 430 and what have you, even though they didn't have panel stretch, which is annoying. Well, it does for text, but just not for graphics, right enough. Right. I think this machine is pretty much washed. Although I do confess that I'm a wee bit disappointed about how white this wet wipe still looks. You know, I kind of expected it to be all... Well, when I say that, I don't mean I like my machines to be cluttered up in dirt. I mean, you know, considering, you know, the condition it was in, you know, I kind of did expect a wee bit more grime to come off the wet wipe. And put it this way, it made my hands dirty enough for, you know, me to need to go and wash them. Well, you know, wash my hands generally anyway, working on stuff, but you know what I mean. My hands were actually really quite sticky. There we go. So that's this machine. It's I believe that's it sorted. You can. Oh. Mid-2000s quality right there. Crack. I hope it's not a crack. I want to try and keep this machine in as good condition as it's possible to be in. The lid, I think, looks better. Unfortunately, there is kind of a scratched kind of a section here and kind of bumps, what have you, but the hinge mechanism doesn't fill me with the most confidence. I'm just going to check that I've not completely garfunkeled the machine by giving it a good rub down. Nope. Everything seems to be in order. So there you have it. The two Toshiba machines that I got. I would very much like to thank the person who gave me these machines. I'm going to have some fun rebuilding and servicing them, what have you. And yeah, just think it's going to be good. You know, I really do. You know, I really do appreciate that. But yeah, I wonder. I do wonder though if the person who owned this used any Sony hardware, because this is a memory stick PC card adapter, which it was quite often used, you know, for Sony devices. I'm going to keep a hold of this because it will probably come in useful at some point. You know, should I decide to get a hold of a Sony Clay PDA or something. I had a couple last year, but none of them had power supply, so I had to let them go. It was a real shame because they're in brilliant condition as well. Now, excellent. So that's all done. So I'd like to thank you all for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please feel free to subscribe. Also, please feel free to like my like VSF on Facebook, and while you're at it, also please feel free to read of my blog. The URLs for all of those will follow. But for now, thank you for watching, and please join me for my next video.